What's up, everybody? Hopefully you can hear me and these microphones are working. It's Matt from Outdoor Beans, and I know what you're thinking. We're not here to see you. We're here to see Beans, but you know what? He's still sleeping. So we've got some stuff we need to finish up from the last time we came down. It is August 9th, and it's hot. So first, we brought the wrong stuff last time. I thought I grabbed the wrong sprayer. I grabbed the Roundup, and I meant to grab the Bifin so that we can fumigate this for critters before hunting season. Like to make sure that it sits so it's safe for everybody. But let me get the outside going first. Come on, spray a little bit. There we go. Now we're cooking. What was it old Phil Robertson used to say? Now we're cooking with peanut oil. God rest his soul. Well, apparently not. He might be cooking peanut oil. I'm just spraying it everywhere. I guess it's gonna have to do. Come on. Oh, it might be time for a new sprayer. What's going on? We clogged up. No. There we go. Oh, well. Let me stop again. Maybe there's a pill for that. Well, at least I got most of the outside done. Oh, Lord. A critter got in here while we were away. Probably a mouse. Shredded all of our paper towels. So that's fun. It's actually pretty cool in here. I'll take it. You know, when it's Texas in August, you take what you can get. So this is either going to be really cool because y'all can't see me, but you can hear me, or I'm talking to myself like an idiot, which is probably going to be the last one. That's all right. Now get a little bit up top. Always got to spray the seams just to make sure. So one of these days, once we get this cleaned up, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little embarrassed with the way it looks right now. We'll take you guys in here, show you what it's like. This is a blind built, really just off the cuff kind of. Well, that looks like a good idea. Let's do that, or well, maybe don't do that. I don't know. It worked out in some ways. There's some things I'd do different, but it's pretty comfortable. So far, we've only shot one deer out of it. That was Beans. He shot a doe the first year we had it out here. But it's not exactly easy to hunt out of right now because there's so much brush in the way, which is why we're here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at where we've been planning on doing this shooting lane. And I'm trying to figure out which trees I need to take down to really finish clearing that out. And I think I need to take down 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Fortunately, only one's an oak. The rest are Chinese tallows, which one of these days I'll get rid of as many of those as I possibly can. But for now, we're just going to work on the one. Actually, as I'm sitting here seeing another tree, that if I can get that one down, it's going to give me another really good shooting lane to that blind. So all right, so we're going to try to, goal today is going to be to take down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees, get them all cleaned up and out of the way, and bush hog our shooting lanes. Man, I got a decent shooting lane to that blind as well, or that feeder. So, you know, maybe there's not quite as much to do as I thought. So, y'all stick with me. I'll show you. I brought 2 cameras today, so I can show you what the plan is. You know, from with the cameras. Hopefully it works out, but I don't know what's that. The best laid plans of mice and men. So I don't know if I'm a mouse or a man, but I guess we'll figure that out. Hopefully cash and beans show up here pretty quick, so I don't just look like an idiot talking to myself. So, all right, well that's done. So let me walk you through real quick. Show you kind of what my plan is and what my hopes are. Hope it works. So here's the other camera, and that's looking towards the tractor so we can see what we're trying to do here. And hopefully I've zoomed that in, so hopefully we get some good feedback, get some good video from that, but we'll see. Y'all might not see any clips from that video, from that camera at all, because it may just not work out. So it's about 8:30 in the morning. I'm already sweating like a fool. Fortunately, I got plenty of water in the tractor, and if I need to, I'll just run back to the house. All right, so here's the first tree we gotta take down. Fortunately it's the only oak. Let's see, I'm gonna want that to come down this way, so I'm gonna put you guys over here. All right, I'm gonna drop this down. Get ready for a ride. There we go. Okay, so that one's gonna come down that way, hopefully, and not smash the camera with the chainsaw. While I'm thinking about it, I'll probably catch a lot of flack for using electric chainsaws back here. Well, I'll be honest with you, it's so much easier than dealing with gas. And one of the things I've discovered, if I had enough gas, I could go all day, but I don't have the energy for that. So I've discovered I've got 6 pretty good batteries, DeWalt batteries, and if once they run out of juice, that's usually my sign to call it a day, because I'm using quite a bit of amp hours to get those done. So if I kill myself, Beans' mom won't be pleased. I don't mean literally kill myself. I mean like just go to the point of exhaustion. I'll be worthless when I get home, and if I'm worthless when I get home, that means I'm in trouble when I get home. So I want to avoid that if we can. All right. Check my oil. Oh, the flies are horrible today. I'm out of oil. So let's fill it up with oil. There we go. And a little more than that. Oh, a little more than that still. All right, so I want it to go that way. I'm gonna cut my notch on that side. Probably gonna cut it that way. It's gonna want to try to come this way, so it'll hopefully fall over there. There we go. All right. So I want to go here. Huh. Shit. Pardon my language. Well, I'll get the tractor and pull that over so it's not just hanging there, because that's the last thing I want to have happen. Plus, I'm afraid if I cut it here, it might pop up and hit me in the face. All right, next. I got to bush hog this path too when I'm done. As of right now, I got a lot of stuff in the way. So, move these out for now. Cut them up later. Hope y'all can forgive me. Took me a little while longer than expected because the little circle path I take to get here, there was a tree across it, and I had nothing with which to clear it. So, something else to do. But I'm going to finish this all up first. All right, what's next? So, next I'm going to work on these smaller. We got those 3 trees over there, and then that one over there. So I'm gonna work on these, load them in the bucket, and I'll bring y'all along. This one here is a tallow. I hate the tallows. And I'm going to use the pole saw so I don't have to worry too much about getting underneath it. It's going to fall back this way. I'm going to move you guys. Because it's an expensive camera, relatively speaking. Expensive to me, at least. Maybe not other people. Let's do this. Let's do it the right way. I don't know if y'all are familiar with the Chinese tallow tree. I saw an article the other day that they are the #1 most invasive tree species in Texas. They account for something like 25% of all trees in the Houston area. I'm all for having trees that look nice when they lose their leaves and all that junk, but that's a little excessive. It's crowding out the native oaks. That I'm not a fan of. The worst part is, if you cut them and leave the stump, they grow back from the stump. They just do not want to die. So we take them all the way down to the ground as best we can. And then just run them over with the bush hog. I'm gonna cut this one a little higher so I can work on my plunge cuts. This is not the right saw for this. I'm just gonna use this so I didn't have to cut those limbs, and I cut those limbs anyway, so there's no point not to use the bigger saw. I'm not foolish enough to call it a big saw. No, it's just a little bitty electric saw, but it's bigger than the other one.
should tell me so. I'll get my trunk and my clothes, and out your door I'll go. Now tell me, baby, what you think of me. Well, now tell me, baby, what you think of me. You ain't been giving me no rest since I've been in Nashville, Tennessee. One more verse and I ain't gonna sing no more. I'm gonna sing one more verse and I ain't gonna sing no more. 'Cause my train is here and you know I gotta go.
There we go. Looks like it's a break point and I gotta go back to the house. Chains are gone on both tools. So I'm gonna go dump that and then get those kids and come back here. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut y'all off. I'll be back in a little bit. All right, guys, we're back. And let me kind of walk you through what we're doing here. Sorry for the tractor in the background. I just don't want to shut it off. Get these legs closed up. Let's see if this will help make a little bit more sense. Well, ironically, Beans and Cash showed up to help me load the last load, so I appreciate that. But I've got them out clearing brush out of where we're going to plant some food plots. Let me walk you through real quick and show you. So there's the blind, okay? See that little path we've cleared, and I'll walk you down there. We're not done. I got as much as I could before I just ran out of gas. The chainsaws need a little bit of maintenance, but we'll be able to see a pretty good spot through there. Got to take that stump out. I got to bush hog this, straighten this path up a little bit, clear it out down there. But that's pretty much the goal. We're gonna do the same thing, multiple lanes. We'll be back next week. I'm gonna go ahead and upload this video once I get it all edited. We're gonna be back again next week to do more clearing. I might just record it and not necessarily make it for a video, and I'll just kind of do it all at the end. But appreciate y'all being with me, and this is Matt from Outdoor Beans. I don't know where Beans is right now, but he's working, hopefully. Y'all be good.